Hello dear students, today we will discuss on problem formulation. In the first unit of our course Artificial Intelligence, we already discussed types of agents. Now let us try to understand how to form a problem, what are the constraints of a problem and how it can further lead us to the such situations. So problem solving. The one of the agents what we have seen is like goal based agent. A simple form of goal based agent is problem solving agent. Now problem solving agents decide what to do by finding sequence of actions that lead to desirable states. Every agent has got certain tasks to perform and the task can be divided into multiple states. One of the states would become a goal state, that is a desirable state. Here we need to understand desirable states. The state can be more than one also. We need to understand the elements that constitute a problem and its solution. So goal formulation is the most important thing which can maximize the efficiency of a agent. Once if the goal is formed, the agent can work in the direction of the goal. So if the agent can adopt a goal and aim at satisfying it, maximizing their performance measure becomes simplified. You have a goal, you work towards that goal, then you can maximize your performance to achieve the goal. So goal formulation is very important. Goals help organize behavior by limiting the objectives that the agent is trying to achieve. If I have a goal like, if I have a goal of learning artificial intelligence, then I will do those activities which will help me to improvise my knowledge in artificial intelligence. So my behavior gets organized. The objective is now completely focused on learning artificial intelligence. So in such way, goals help organize behavior by limiting the objectives that the agent is trying to achieve. Goal formulation based on the current situation and the agent's performance measure is the first step in problem solving. A goal can be formed based on the current situation. For example, if I have a student who is having 20 backlogs and if the goal is to become as a university ranker, it seems something odd because what is the current situation of the student? Now, if I say you better clear all the backlogs by the next semester, then that goal seems to be somewhat reachable. So, goal formulation is based on the current situation and the agent's performance measure. How we can measure the performance of the agent based on that. So, these two becomes the first step in problem solving. And we need to understand that goal to be a set of world states. If there are multiple states in education like 10th class, intermediate, engineering, MTech, then engineering is one of the set, one of the state in the set. So goal is also one of the set state. It belongs to the world of states. It is not out of the world of state. It is one among the states that are possible to reach for an agent. The agent's task is to find out which sequence of action will get it to a goal state. Agent may be in a particular current state and goal may be at some other state. So the agent's task is to find out the sequence of actions which will take it to the goal state. So from one state to the other state, transition has to happen. What actions will lead to that goal state? That sequence of actions is more important. Now there may be many sequences of actions. Which sequence to be adopted? That is like identifying. So you need to search. There comes the idea of searching. It needs to decide what sort of actions and states to consider. There are certain actions which becomes not much of worthy, and there are certain actions which can lead you to the goal state early. So you need to decide on which states to be considered and which actions to be considered. So in the problem formulation, at the level of detail, there is too much uncertainty in the world and there will be too many steps in a solution. Now, problem formulation is the process of deciding what actions and states to consider given a goal. We have a goal, what actions I can consider and what states I can consider. If I can decide on these things, that is what my problem is to solve. So this is first part, problem formulation. Now consider moving from one location to other, error to Bucharest in the Romania. Now this example we have taken from the textbook, Russell and Norwood textbook. Like I'll show you the diagram of Romania. Considering the agent is in error and the agent need to reach Bucharest by the next day or something like that. So how agent can reach the Bucharest? Please try to keep this in idea. The map will refer it again and again. So from Arad to Sibiu to Figueres to Bucharest. This is one path what the agent can take. From Arad to Timisoara, Lugos, Mehedia, Dobreta, Craiova, Craiova and Pitesti and Bucharest. This is another path. So he has multiple channels to reach the Bucharest. So what are the actions which he has to take so as to reach the goal state? This is the problem formulation. In other words, the agent will not know which of its possible actions is best. Agent knows some actions, but it doesn't know what is best action because it does not know enough about the state that results from taking each action. So that means like I know I am in this stage and what happens if I go to the next stage I am not much aware of. So the agent is not having the idea of what can happen in the next stage. That means futuristic information is not available. In the other way here, this point can lead to two types of searching. One is blind search and the second one is having some information about the future states, that is like heuristic approach. We will come to this in the coming sessions. Now, if the agent has no additional knowledge, then it is stuck. So obviously, if you are at a new place like in crossroads, you don't know what happens if you go right, what happens if you go left, what happens if you go straight, then you will be stuck up. You try to identify some known places from where you can reach to from this place. So the best it can do is choose one from the actions at random. Obviously, when you are not aware of what can happen, you are supposed to choose randomly. So this is one strategy, such strategy. An agent with several immediate options of unknown value can decide what to do by just examining different possible sequences of actions that lead to states of known value and then choosing the best sequence. The agent has to identify the possible sequence of actions. When the several immediate actions of unknown value are available, then what it can do is to try to identify those possible sequence of actions that can lead to the known state or known value. For example, you are left out at one crossroad, then from there if you need to reach to your home, you will try to identify a known location where you can reach from this crossroad, and from the known location you will try to reach your home. So something like this it has to do. This process of looking for such a sequence is called search. So now it is searching a path, a solution to reach the goal. A search algorithm takes a problem as input and returns a solution in the form of an action sequence. Now such basic criteria is to identify the actions, sequence of actions it should take so that from the current state to the goal state the agent can reach. Remember, a search algorithm takes a problem as input. So if I am writing a search function, the problem should be identified, the problem should be formulated, and that problem is given as an input. To formulate the problem, I should have the known state, some state where I am there, so current state and my goal. So if I have these two things, I can formulate my problem, and that is given to the search. Search will give me a sequence of actions. Each action I need to perform. So that becomes the part of the solution. Once a solution is found, the action it recommends can be carried out. This is called the execution phase. So in the solution, we have for the designing of the agent, first formulation, then searching, and then execution. These three parts constitute the design of the agent. So a simple problem solving agent, if you look at, now you please try to figure out what would be there in a function of problem solving agent. Problem solving agent has to do some action. So the function for problem solving agent should return some action. Now what it will be given as an input? The input would be whatever it is receiving from the external environment, the current state. So current state is understood using perception. So the percept is the input and then the output is an action. So I can write the function like function simple problem solving agent, percept is the input for the function and returns an action. Now let us see. What is the inputs we have? Percept, a percept that it is receiving from the environment. And then I'll take a sequence, SCK, an action sequence initially empty, because this is a solution I need to identify. If I get this sequence, from this sequence of actions, I will pick one action and state some description of the current world state. If I know the current state, I can formulate my problem. So then a goal. I need to see, ultimately my problem is to reach a goal. So I should know what is my goal. So goal which is initially null. When I can form a goal, if I formulate my problem based on my current situation, then I will formulate the goal and I will try to reach the goal. So the function looks like problem formulation. So first of all, I need to update the state with the percept. Based on the current percept, my state updation happens. So that is state is updated. Now if sequence is empty, initially my sequence would be empty because I don't know the sequence of actions I need to perform. So based on that, a goal is formed. The state is given for goal formulation. A goal is formed. Once a goal is formed, I know the goal, I know the current state, then I will formulate the problem. So the function formulate problem will take care of forming the problem. This problem is given to the search. Search will find out sequence of actions. So from this sequence of actions, I will pick the first action, that I call it as action, and that I will return. I will return an action. But the remaining actions, next time I need not to do A1 action which I have already performed to reach S2 state from S1. So I will simply start from S2 state next time. So my sequence should be updated. That's why we update sequence, rest of the sequence as a sequence. So this is a simple problem solving agent. Try to understand this. Remaining things we will see in the next session.